8 business associations representing the business community in Kenya have asked the government to defer the implementation of the proposed minimum tax that is set to take effect on the 1st of January 2021, arguing that the timing is just wrong. Victor Kiprop reports the government's efforts to enhance revenue collections in the second half of the financial year in order to avoid having to take up more debt.
With revenue collections for the first 4 months of the current financial year having come in at 783 billion shillings against the targeted 943 billion shillings, the government appears on course to miss its revenue collection target for the first half of the financial year and has been banking on a raft of new taxes that are expected to take effect on the 1st of January next year to show up its revenue collections in the second half of the year. But with just a month before implementation of the taxes begins, 8 business associations led by the Kenya Association of Manufacturers have come out to oppose the implementation of the proposed minimum tax.
We're in the middle of the biggest economic shock for 100 years. One wonders, is this the best time to start thinking up new taxes? And a lot of businesses sadly are going to have to make hard decisions, and some of them are going to end up closing because of, we are not going to be able to survive just to pay the government.
Large percentage of the Kenyan businesses, Kenyan corporates and enterprises are high volumes, low margins, and those margins cannot sustain another tax over and above what we are already paying.
Through the minimum tax, which will be levied at the rate of 1% of a business's gross turnover, KRA seeks to widen the tax base by taxing even loss-making companies, a move it expects would help it collect at least 1 billion shillings between January and June next year.
My thinking is that it's not going to raise as much money as is anticipated. It's a very cynical way of trying to collect taxes, if you ask me, because it's based on the fact that, look, we'll collect taxes from you, we'll gather revenues from you, regardless of whether you make losses.
Having been flagged by the International Monetary Fund as at high risk of defaulting on its debt repayments, Kenya has been under pressure to enhance its revenue collections in an effort to cut on its budget deficit and tame public borrowing. In the current financial year, KRA is targeting to raise at least 1.73 trillion shillings. Victor Kiprop, NTV Business.